I've always enjoyed learning from the men because, a lot of times they're hands-on, they're right there, and they're willing and ready to help educate me with different things. And it's helped me tremendously.
You're listening to Femcanic Garage, the podcast that features women in the automotive and motorsports industries. A community that elevates, empowers, and evolves by smashing stereotypes and breaking down barriers for women. I'm your host, Jamie Blosman. Buckle up for the ride, Femcanics. Senora Early is in the driver's seat today. She is the owner of Clamptite Tools, an innovative tool that is widely used in multiple industries. She started her long-term career in the industry as a little girl going to work with her dad. Her father submitted the original patent for the Clamptite tool, and Senora expanded and improved on that patent. Now let's sit back and enjoy the ride. Hello, Femcanics. This is Jamie B coming to you, and I have Senora Early in the driver's seat today. How are you doing today, Senora?
Doing well. How are you, Jamie?
I'm doing well. We've had the luxury of working very closely together over, my goodness, it's been almost 3 months now. It's been 3 months, right? We met at Good Guys Nationals here in Columbus, Ohio. I saw you and your daughter presenting and demonstrating your product, and it sucked me into it. First, it sucked me in because I saw two women at a booth talking intelligently about the tool, not just for show, right? So that caught my eye. And then once I started to get to know you, I'm like, wow, this is really interesting. I'm loving this. And then we had some cool conversations, and one thing led to another. And crazy enough, you're actually a client for my sister company, Femcanic Tools, which is consulting and helping businesses grow their revenue and really hone in on their business plan. So we have a lot more history than I normally have with my guests. So here we are. It's good talking to you again.
Great to see you on, even if it's just camera.
Yeah, right. So one thing that we have, I know a little bit, I'm kind of cheating because I know a little bit about your journey, right? And when I walk into these interviews normally, I have some of an idea from the driver's seat forum, but not nearly as much information as what I have right now. So I feel like I'm kind of cheating almost. But the part that I haven't really dug into with you is where it all started. So when you were younger, now you're kind of through your tool, you're linked to the automotive and skilled trades industries through the tool that your company offers. But I want to go back to little Senora, the little girl. Like, did you always know you were going to be in your family business?
It's kind of been off and on. Sometimes I would picture myself there, and then the other times it's like, I don't know. Maybe I should just leave this with the guys and let them do those type of things. And then I would come back and do some more shows, and I would just get so jazzed about the trade shows and talking to the guys, and not just automotive. Oh my goodness, we do fly-ins, we do boat shows, we've sold to Boeing, we've sold to Lockheed Martin, aerospace stuff. So it's like, okay, I think the guys need to do this. Nope, I think I have to stay in this because of the history and my dad and the invention and the whole thing.
Explain to people, because the brand is Clamptite Tools, and help people understand, because when people think of clamps, they may have this visual in their head of what a clamp is. But what drew me into the booth is how unique it is. And quite honestly, I have an engineering mind. And when you explained it to me and I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, that makes perfect sense. Like, because I've worked on cars, I've tinkered, and those typical hose clamps, right? You get your screwdriver, you tighten it, and blah, blah. So that's what I had in my head. And then when I saw this, and it just blew my mind. So explain and we'll get some visuals up for people to see it as well, but explain to people how it works. And you have a tool there, but I don't know if you have anything that you could actually show it.
I have the tool and I can kind of talk you through it, although I don't have my side cutters and I don't have a demo hose, and I should have done that. But so basically, and it's so funny because at the end of a demo or people purchase from me, they'll say, "Thank you for the education." I never really thought about it that way, but I guess it's really the truth because people don't understand so much about wire, and I sure didn't. And so I've learned a whole lot, from different people and different things. But what the tool does is it tightens the wire by delivering a straight pull to the wire. So you loop the wire around the project, and then you put the wire.
You hold that up. Hold it up. There you go. Yeah.
So you have this stationary pin, and this is the pull pin. So you guide the wire over the top of the pins, and then connect it to the slide pin. And then instead of twisting a wire like everybody does, this tool gives you a direct pull.
Equal direct pull.
And it actually works like a gear puller. It pushes and pulls the wire at the very same time. So it simultaneously tightens the wire. That's why it works so well, is because of that push and pull, and it doesn't create a hot spot on that wire.
The industries that you have been involved with, all the industries that you mentioned earlier, you go to a lot of events like trade shows, right? To sell the Clamptite tool. What was that? Did you ever notice, or did it ever occur to you that you were the token female? Because you've been doing this since the 80s, right?
Right. Yeah. And
90s. And it's improved in the last decade. But when you were like thick in it, and you still are, did you ever notice? Or was it that, hey, I love what I'm doing, that it didn't even occur to you?
The truth be told, it was years later that I realized that I was a minority. I guess because I had been involved so much, and it was common for me to deal with men, because in a machine shop, at a boat show, at a fly-in, it wasn't a big deal. And it was interesting to me, like my machinist, they would say, "Well, we got to help the girl." So, thank you. My wire guy, he's my supplier, and I would call him about different questions and things because I needed a better education of the alloys and how that they worked, and is it 100% annealed, or is it what percentage is the wire annealed? And they would call me, or I would call them. I'm sorry, I would call them with a question, and they would make that comment. "No, we're here to help you. You're a minority." And it didn't dawn on me until later. It's like, I really am, but I just have never had a problem with it. I've always enjoyed learning from the men because they're, a lot of times they're hands-on, they're right there, and they're willing and ready to help educate me with different things, and it's helped me tremendously. Senora Early, owner of Clamptite Tools. I am a Femcanic.
Hey Femcanics, this is Jamie B. Thanks for listening to the preview. If you would like to listen to the complete interview, we provided 2 convenient links below that will link directly to this episode. These links take you to Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can always go to your favorite podcast listening platform and search for Femcanic Garage. While you're there, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button and give us a rating. It helps the podcast reach more women. And just know, we appreciate you and your support. This is Jamie B signing off. Are you a Femcanic?